Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Hall of Famer Bob Berry ruled Milwaukee's airwaves in the 60s and 70s. He spoke with countless musicians and celebrities over the years. Bob collected remarkable recordings of these encounters, which he's now sharing with the public. Here's Bob.
Robert Young and Jane Wyatt in Father Knows Best.
Actress Jane Wyatt was a 3-time Emmy Award winner for the very popular Father Knows Best television series. She also had a number of Hollywood movies, including Frank Capra's Lost Horizon and Gentleman's Agreement with Gregory Peck. If you were a Star Treky, you saw her play Amanda Grayson, the human mother of Spock. Her film career suffered a setback when she voiced her opposition to Senator Joseph McCarthy. He was the main figure in the anti-communist investigation of that time. And on this podcast, Jane talks about Thanksgiving, which gives me an opportunity to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, I'm fine, thank you.
Really nice talking with you.
Well, I think it's just grand, especially about Thanksgiving time. I love Thanksgiving.
Jane Wyatt, of course, you all remember on Father Knows Best as Margaret Anderson, Jim Anderson's wife, Robert Young's wife, on that great television show, 1954 to 1960, 203 episodes and many Emmys later. We got
How many episodes?
203 episodes.
Oh, thank you. Now I know. 203.
I know you had a reunion in 1977. You still keep in contact with
yes, I
cast
see them
members?
all, see the children, see Bob. Talk to Bob on the phone a great deal. See the kids. I see Eleanor and Billy a great deal.
How has television changed over the years, do you think?
Well, I think television has changed in that, well, for instance, in Father Knows Best, we used to rehearse all day on Monday, and then we'd shoot 3 and 4 days. Nowadays, they don't rehearse and shoot it in 2 days, that kind of thing. I don't think it's as good as it used to be.
Where did you film Father Knows Best?
Right in Hollywood, at Columbia Studio.
Were the ratings as intense then? I mean, was it a real worry for you at that time as they are today?
I think so. I remember we were all sitting out and waiting to see the ratings. I don't know, that they seem overly important nowadays, don't you think?
I think so, yeah.
There's a lot of good shows that had low ratings. It takes a little time to build it up.
How has life been for you after Father Knows Best?
Oh, fine. Wonderful.
I know you've done a lot of things.
I've done lots of television. Used to do a lot of live television. I've done a lot of other television. I've done plays. I've done everything.
Did you do any radio before Father Knows Best?
Yes. I don't think I was ever very good on radio, though, somehow. I did all the big radio shows. I've forgotten Theater Guild of the Air and what were they all called? Lux Radio Theater. Oh, I did a lot of it, but I think somehow radio, maybe I didn't do enough homework, but I think reading is not good. I never could make the reading sound spontaneous. I didn't think.
Was it tough for you to remember lines in Father Knows Best? Or
No,
that just came to you, huh? Yeah, they didn't have cue cards in those days, did they?
Oh, you'd never use cue cards when you're doing a dramatic show anyway. You can't act and be reading off cue cards at the same time.
Sure.
That's impossible. I've never worked with cue cards unless it was an announcement of some kind. You know what I mean?
Are you going to cook your Thanksgiving dinner this year?
No, I'm going to cook my Christmas dinner. Thanksgiving, we're going to go up from Los Angeles. We're going to drive up to San Francisco and have it with my son and daughter-in-law. And actually, my daughter-in-law's family came from Milwaukee. Did you ever hear of the Vandekamps?
Oh, sure.
Well, she was Gretchen Vandekamp.
How about
and they all came from Milwaukee about a generation ago. And I remember when I was in Milwaukee several years ago, I went to see a Mrs. Vandekamp then, who was living in a retirement home of some kind.
Did you get a chance to eat at any of our restaurants here?
Oh, of course. My golly.
Yeah,
sausages. I think Milwaukee's a beautiful city. That situation on the lake is so wonderful.
Jane, thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank
It's a pleasure having you with
Milwaukee.
us. Will do. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bob Berry. Thank you for listening to Bob Berry's Unearthed Interviews. Be sure to subscribe and rate our podcast on iTunes or wherever you find your podcasts. You can find all the episodes at WisconsinBroadcastingMuseum.org. Check out Bob Berry's book, Rock and Roll Radio Milwaukee. Book sale proceeds support Angels Kids Fund and Donate Life Wisconsin. The preceding program was made possible by a generous contribution from Terry Barnes.